Good evening. ITV is today in the beautiful state of Himachal Pradesh in India. Himachal Pradesh is going for elections now. They're going to choose a new government or probably even retain the existing BJP government. We're proud to be with Mr. P.K. Dhumal, who's the former Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, and he will throw some light on how BJP tries to retain this state. He seems to be confident, but let's ask him straight.
You are welcome to Himachal Pradesh.
Thank you, sir. How are you today?
Fine.
So I know you have been continuously campaigning.
Yeah.
You are a veteran politician. You're always among people. But this time, this phase of electioneering is always very crucial. Just before this, you said elections are always tough. Can you throw us a broad light before we get into nitty-gritty of this campaign? Can you throw a broad light on how this election is going or the campaign is going so far?
Election is the time when the people choose their representatives to form the government. In Himachal Pradesh, luckily we have only two main parties. It is BJP or Congress. There have been different attempts at different times whenever elections were held to form a third front, but it fizzled out. And both the parties have around 40% permanent followers. The 10% floating votes make the difference.
So the vote banks are almost equal for both
Almost
parties.
equal.
That's the broad idea that Dhumal sir gives us. Let's get into the brass tracks of this election. Because there is a disruptor in this called Aam Aadmi Party by Mr. Kejriwal. He came into Delhi and then now he tries to enter into every state with moderate success or even some phenomenal failures. But here, let's ask Dhumal sir about Aam Aadmi Party. What do you think about Kejriwal's entry here, sir?
I think it has no chance at present in Himachal Pradesh. In fact, they had nominated few members, a state body was created, but all of them left the party and joined BJP.
En masse. Everybody is gone and joined.
Almost en masse.
Hmm.
So people don't have faith in Aam Aadmi Party now in the state because of the certain scandals that have come out of Delhi and in Punjab, where they are in power.
Right. Now, they have nominated, still they are in the fray, and they have nominated some Congress party deserters into the election as their candidates. Obviously, to the person on the street, it looks like it's going to eat into the Congress votes. So that's a clear benefit for BJP.
In fact, they were trying to fish out in the troubled waters of both the parties. They did not have their own cadre. They were expecting that large number of senior leaders from BJP or from Congress will be denied a ticket and then they will join up.
To a certain extent, it did happen, right?
But not that, I don't think any very senior leader has joined them.
So there's no significant
Yeah,
changeover happened so far.
really.
One good thing or one difference I see while speaking to you, sir, of the senior leaders in your party, you're able to mention Congress in the same breath as BJP. That's a very polite way of saying it. I know you are an arch rival of Congress in this state and you have always worked to defeat them. But there is this understanding, and that is very rare in politicians today, to give respect for the other party.
I am of the opinion that we are in politics, we are in different parties because of our ideologies. The purpose of our coming into politics is to serve the people. We can have difference of opinion, but we are not enemies. We are workers in political field. They have come out with their ideology. I have come with my own ideology. So they also respect me, I also respect them. As human beings, we have good relations, we are friends. We can disagree on certain issues.
Very well said, sir. Very well said.
I would like just to quote In December 2012, Congress formed the government and I was outgoing Chief Minister. I was in the official residence of the Chief Minister. Shri Birbhadra Singh, who was elected as Chief Minister and had taken oath, his Principal Secretary telephoned me that the Honorable Chief Minister wants to call on you.
Mm-hmm.
I said he is most welcome. I am living in his house, which actually belongs to him as Chief Minister. He came, he offered a bouquet, we sat together, took tea. And when I said, please allot me some house so that I can shift there, you will be surprised. He said, sir, you continue in this house for 5 years. I replied that I know the protocol. This is your official residence and you will have to use it for so many meetings. Then he allotted the house which I wanted. So we had been having very harsh discussions in the assembly. But outside we were just friends. We knew that we have difference of opinion. And wherever we were wrong, they tried to catch us. And whenever they were wrong, we caught.
You went after them.
Yes.
But the fundamental theme that comes out of this, that in India, the changeover of government has always been peaceful, unlike what we saw in the United States after Trump got elected out. That's a very nice thing, and it says great things about Indian traditions.
Of course.
So, sir, coming down to some of your candidates, some people, I mean, all this is hearsay. You are a party person and a dedicated, loyal BJP person. I keep repeating it because quintessential BJP men, there are quite a few and you stand quite tall among them. There's a lot of talk happening that some people loyal to you have been denied tickets and they are trying to jump over. I'm sure you expected this question. It's been all over the place. So would you like to throw some idea and clear the air in this?
Surely, I would like to discuss frankly everything with you.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, I belong to the party and those who followed me, they also belong to the party. I wonder how people have started thinking that those who were with me, they are not to be ill-treated. Certainly some of them have been ignored and they felt ignored for 5 years. Had they been treated well, I could have been able to tell them not to contest against the party, work for the party. Some of them have withdrawn their nomination papers. Others can also retire before polling. But this concept that people belong to one person or the other person, I never believed in it.
There's no basis in it.
No basis in it. I believe that everybody who is in BJP belongs to BJP and he wants Bharat Mata to be the world leader. We are working for that. Atal Bihari Vajpayee's dream or his slogan, 21st century will be of India's century. We have to become Vishwa Guru again. So we are all working with that purpose.
That's the goal.
Yes, it is narrow-mindedness to say if somebody is speaking to someone, opening out his heart to some other leader, he should welcome.
There should be such stages for people to talk.
Yeah.
A stage should be set where disgruntled people can open their mind. That's what you believe in.
Many times it is just misunderstanding. You meet the worker, you just pat him on his back and he is yours.
Very well said.
Everybody wants some respect
Right.
and they should be respected instead of suspected. We should not suspect them, we should respect them.
Very nice, sir. Sir, do you think, correct me if my numbers are wrong, do you think there are about 20-25 seats in the assembly election of around 67 seats? 25 seats are going to be really, really tough and almost an equal fight with both parties of equal strength?
As I told you just in the beginning,
Elections are tough.
almost 39, 40, 41, 38. This is the percentage of
Vote
Pakka
banks.
votes with the
with both sides.
both the parties. So elections are always hard, tough. It's not a question of 25 seats. I feel every seat is tough and we should work hard till the result is declared and we get the election certificate. Till that time, we will have to be alert, on our toes, and try to win the election.
Till you get the certificate from Election Commission that you are the majority. Sir, I was reading about you obviously before we met. There was a mention that you have been the person who brought good roads to the state. Do you accept that praise that's coming your way?
In fact, in 1998 when I became the Chief Minister for the first time, first term MLA, in Himachal Pradesh there is very rare air connectivity. Rail network is also
Poor.
very poor. Road line is the lifeline. So we believed in the fact that where road reaches, development comes there. So we gave a slogan in Hindi, Sadak, Shiksha, Swasthya, Swarojgar, Swavalamban, Swaviman.
Mhm.
Every village should be connected by road. Every child who is born in India, in Himachal Pradesh, should get the best possible education. Every citizen must have the best health services. Everybody should be employed or self-employed. Then he should be self-dependent, so that he lives like Himalaya with his head held high in the sky.
Like
So
the
we
Himalayas, yeah.
We worked a lot in education department sector, health sector, power generation. When we came to power, only 446 megawatt electricity was generated. in Himachal. When we left, we were generating more than 10,000 megawatt electricity.
That's a great surplus. Is that why you're giving free electricity up to 225?
Of course. Then we did a lot in the development of tourism.
Tourism, what have you done, sir? Because that's something that American viewers would like to hear more about. We hear about Himachal Pradesh, but the development in tourism seems to be a little below the understanding.
We have tried during the regime of Prime Minister Modi to have more flights to Himachal, more rail connectivity, roads condition we try to improve. Then we introduced a scheme, homestay.
Mm-hmm.
And the last village on the China border, I have visited that village. We have provided electricity, water, every facility is there, it's road connected. And I have seen number of foreign
Tourists coming in.
tourists coming there and staying there
Mm.
in people's house. We don't charge any tax,
On homestay, there is no tax.
no tax. Some people, one person, Sri Tulsi Ramji, he was our speaker of the assembly. He had been अखरोट का एक वृक्ष था बहुत बड़ा उनके आंगन में, उसके 3-4 स्टेप चढ़ के ऊपर जाते थे तो फिर कमरे में एंटर करते थे.
अच्छा.
Another person in Manali, he made entry into the room through an apple tree. So such things were invented. We did a lot in case of environment. I was invited along with Mr. Nadda, who is now national president. He was forest minister by the World Bank to Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
Costa Rica in America and Himachal in Asia. We were the first to get carbon credits.
Fantastic, sir.
Thousands of crores of
Fantastic.
rupees were given to us by the World Bank for green development, sustainable development. Our state was the first state to ban plastic and polythene. Total ban was there. You could not find any plastic or polythene there. And we were asked, what will we do? Because certain things come in plastic and polythene packings. Besides, as you keep your newspapers and sell after some time, you keep your plastic and polythene.
Collect it in a place and then sell it as
It will be
scrap.
purchased by the local panchayat or the local municipal body at 3 rupees per kg.
Okay.
And Public Works Department will purchase at rupees 4 per kg, giving you 1 rupee handling charge.
To the panchayats, to the village
To the
bodies.
panchayat. And we provided shredder machines in every PWD division. Envelopes of plastic and polythene were shredded into small shreds. And while melting the bitumen for road construction, the bitumen quantity was reduced, and this polythene
Plastic was
put
introduced.
into that. Plastic and polythene both are water resistant. So roads were more shiny, more durable, and in the process, because of the less consumption of bitumen, the PWD saved from 35,000 to 45,000 per kilometer by using less bitumen. We were awarded by the Prime Minister. He got the Prime Minister award. Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister at that time. 5 lakh rupees cash plus big citation for that. So others are following it now.
You are in the forefront of employing plastic.
Yeah.
Right. Sir, tourism, can you tell us a bit more? Like I said, our viewers in America would love to hear how this beautiful state can be visited. Because homestay is one part, staying is one part, but visiting the state, going around, moving around the state, I don't know whether there is enough.
I have never been to Switzerland, but people who have visited that country, they tell me that Himachal is better than that. So, what is the disadvantage? That is lack of air connectivity, less rail network. That's why we are trying to have a railway line from Punjab to Bilaspur, Bilaspur to Mandi, Kullu, Manali, Kelong and Leh.
Okay.
That work has started. Atal Tunnel in Rohtang is also helping. Now the distance has been reduced. And that area has been made much easier to
Accessible,
approach.
yes.
So hotel industry is coming up there. I think within next few years you will find a lot of connectivity. Foreign tourists can definitely come always.
Ecotourism is what I was trying to hear from you. How people can go and without troubling the nature, how they could visit these places.
We have developed many ecotourism spots in the state. And you can find one for Shimla. On the roadside there is a very good spot developed where all facilities have been provided without disturbing the nature.
Okay.
It has been our effort to develop. The English had, while they ruled in India, they had developed forest huts,
Right.
rest houses on the high reaches of the mountains.
Right.
We have tried to develop them and change into
More sustainable kind of living, but
hotels type,
okay.
so that tourists can go there to live in the lap of nature. I had also told to arrange students visits to the different power houses,
Okay.
so that we can tell them when you go to the cities, in your city you just switch on or switch off, electricity is not there. But see how the electricity is produced. Bring the students to the apple orchards. Tell them you have seen the apples on your table, on your fridge, in the market, but how it looks when it is in the garden. So we try to develop different sectors. Then religious circuit, because our goddesses, our temples are situated in Himachal. Naina Devi, Chintapurni, Jwalamukhi, Bagalamukhi, Brajeshwari, Chamunda, Hidimba, all these Devi temples are there.
So it can be a spiritual circuit.
To give them facilities and transport facilities.
Sir, how influential have you been in the outgoing BJP government? Not the outgoing, the current BJP government. We don't know whether the outgoing are going to remain. So how influential have you been in their decision-making process? And what are the good points you gave them, which they dwelled upon?
Actually, I was projected as the prospective chief minister. I was traveling throughout the state, electioneering, but I lost my own seat. A new chief minister was elected, and every person has his own vision. So I did not interfere. Whenever they asked something, I suggested what I wanted to say, but not much of discussion or consultation. Whatever I was telling, it was that we did for 10 years when I was chief minister.
You gave a very important anecdote here. Transition of power within the party. You were projected chief minister.
Yeah.
You lost your own seat, and immediately somebody else was given that opportunity, and you stood by it.
Yeah.
I don't remember reading much about anybody talking about your bitterness for that. So where does this kind of big heart come from? From your Sangh background, if I may say so?
No, actually,
Or is this state's culture?
I belong to a family from where there was nobody in the politics. My father was an army retired officer. Then he was a farmer in village after retirement. I had to go to my school for my matriculation about 8 kilometers every day, going 8 kilometers, coming back 8 kilometers. Then,
Or you used to walk it down?
yeah, on foot. Then after matriculation, I came to Jalandhar. I was studying in BA first year when I joined LIC office as an assistant. Then I was posted to Ajmer in Rajasthan. I came back, rejoined my evening college, did my graduation, got scholarship, then did post-graduation in English. I was a lecturer in University Evening College. Then I went to the college from where I did my post-graduation. There I did law as a teaching during the daytime and in the evening.
Studying. So you have been academically inclined. So are you trying to tell me that because of your interest in studies or the discipline you followed in studies helped you overcome the tragedies in politics?
1984, I was of course with BJP, but in 84 when Mrs. Gandhi was murdered, nobody was ready to contest election for the parliament. Party asked me to contest, I contested and lost. But I continued to work hard, keep in touch with the people, and in the next election I got elected. In 1998, I was given parliament ticket again. Then I was called to Delhi and again said that nobody is leading the party because the elections were simultaneous. Atalji said you contest parliament as well as 2 assembly seats. Because sir, I thank you, but I don't want to contest 3 elections and then resign from 2. Tell me which election I have to contest, I will contest. He said, okay, you choose your own constituency and you 10 to 12 MLAs will be elected, then you will have to face lathis for 5 years. So sir, we will do for the party. So I contested from a constituency where my home was situated. I was elected and 28 others were elected. One of them died before the county. Then ultimately we formed a coalition government in HBC. I became the chief minister.
Chief Minister.
So when party asked me to contest assembly, I contested assembly. When they asked to go to the parliament, I contested and won 3 times.
So when you contested the first time
In 84.
in 84, or after that when Mr. Vajpayee told you to contest, he also said if you come up with 12 MLAs, you will have to face the brickbats of the ruling party. So you were prepared to
Yes.
get hunted, but despite that you thought you will contest.
At that time, it was rare that we could come to power. We always thought of having a good opposition. We were asking people to vote for a
So
strong
BJP wanted to at least stand to become the good opposition.
Yeah,
And that election you actually rose to power.
rose to power, and everybody was surprised.
How this party, which was only identifying itself as an
My own
opposition,
party men, my leaders were surprised.
no, getting 28 when your target was 12, obviously is
Got
a
up to
big deal.
29.
One
lost.
yes, one passed during counting, you said. Great. So what was the learning that came to you from that election and that reign as your chief ministership?
It was a very difficult coalition. Pandit Sukhram was a very senior leader and very hard nut to crack. Everybody was surprised in the state how
You managed to bring him in.
managed and how could you continue for 5 years. I said he was a leader, I am a worker. I never had an ego problem with him.
But you had difference of opinion.
Of course, we differed, we discussed and
Resolved. Very nice, sir. And that's what keeps you going
Yeah.
ahead and ahead. Very nice. So these are small things Sir Dhumal sir tells us about himself and how he rose up in the party to become chief minister. Not everybody is able to become chief minister or get selected by their parties to lead the state. Mr. Dhumal is still on campaign trail. Tomorrow is the last day of campaigning. We'll try and catch up with him as he campaigns with his other party workers. We'll try to get some bites from him while he is addressing the crowd. Sir, will you allow us to do that?
Oh, you are most welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So thank you for speaking to us here, sir.
Thank you.
Our team will follow you, and we'll try to even talk to you there if at all you have a minute in between somewhere.
In politics, it's always an honor if somebody follows you.
Well said, sir. We are following you with our cameras, though. We have to warn you.
We will have to be cautious.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Very nice of you to speak so frankly with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anand.
Thanks.
Nice meeting.
So that's Dhumal sir, and we are going to be right behind Dhumal sir to see and learn from him how to conduct oneself in public, despite being such a tall leader. How to be very smooth and polite with people. These are crucial lessons we wish to take today.